that for you, huh?
You hamstring, yeah.
Hamstrings to build up strength.
I know what's up. I ain't never seen that.
All right, man. You just seen the video of Marvin Hall putting in that work this offseason. They looking out of shape. Core looking, pretty strong. Working on his raw running, coming out his breaks, in and out. And the question is, if he going to be one of Detroit Lions' breakout star with his 4.28, 40 speed, who he knocking off the line? You feel what I'm saying? Who he knocking off their pivot? Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. I believe Danny Amendola and Marvin Jones both have one more year left on their contract. Obviously, Danny signed for 1 year. Marvin, I think, got one more year left. I don't think he got much guaranteed money left on this deal neither. And it was talks about after Patricia first year, was he going to make it to year two? Remember, he suffered an injury in camp that really hurt him through the season. And last year, especially when Stafford was in effect and healthy, he was pretty much one of the breakout stars once again for the Detroit Lions. I think he basically lived up to expectations when he signed here out of Cincinnati. I knew it was a good signing. I told everybody, man, people said, we need a tall receiver. I said, he's 6'2" and he can run. Only thing wrong with Marvin Jones coming out of Cincinnati was he was 1 year removed from, I think, a knee injury, but, he had a great drop rate. I think he had to get accustomed to Matthew Stafford throwing the ball hard. But really, who positioned if Marvin Hall really, keep ascending on up, who he going to take? And I think it's Danny Amendola because I think he's best coming out the slot. Now, he only had 7 balls last year caught, but I think he just needed opportunity. They was trying to throw a lot of different receivers in there last year, and then obviously Matthew Stafford went down that hurt him. But I think it's time if he improve his raw running. I think and also if Hockenson can have a great year this year and control the middle of the field, I think especially if Danny get injured, I think it's time to put him in there full time. His ability to get down the field and get vertical is something that no other line at that speed is bringing to the table. So if Amendola get injured or Marvin Hall just got to get more opportunities, Hockenson got to be huge across the middle and control of the middle of the field. Danny Amendola did that great last year, but one thing Danny Amendola don't have is great durability and great speed. He quick, but you need somebody that can give you those bang plays. And, you insert DeAndre Swift, who can give you some of that raw speed out the backfield, a bang play, and Marvin Hall. They two of the unsung heroes that's going to come into this offseason if they're going to save Patricia's job offensively is because the speed they bring to the field. Marvin Jones ran a 4.4. Galladay, I think he was a 4.4, 4.5 guy. But you talking about a 4.2 guy outside or on, in the slot. It's ways you can bunch him up to make him unbumpable, put him in motion. If you got to respect Marvin Jones, Hockenson, Swift or Johnson coming out the backfield and Galladay on the outside, Marvin Hall should have a big year. In actuality, he should have 50 balls. You know what I'm saying? Not only in the screen game and the deep ball game, but you can drag him. You can whip it. You can, get him to run the out route. He might not be a savant as far as where Danny Amendola is good in between the numbers as far as the shallow crossing route, the deep crossing route, the post, the regular post route, the skinny post, the 9, and maybe using his speed with the deep out. And maybe if you get him to run a deep in, he don't need that many routes because, Jones and Galladay can run the route tree. Hockenson can run the route tree. Really what you counting on is getting him matched up on safeties, getting them matched up on linebackers, getting them matched up on corners, on nickel corners who can't really defend if he go to the left and to the right. When you on the outside, it's really, 3 ways you can go. Up, you go straight. You can go to the left. Really 2 ways you can go. You go to the left. Either you can shade them on the inside or you can play them for the outside. You know what I'm saying? And you got some quarterbacks that can throw that deep comeback route and them out routes, but it ain't, you got the out of bounds boundary sideline to be your official unofficial 12th defender. When you in the slot, if they can get him to run a couple of those routes that Amendola can run, he'd be deadly and teach him how to kind of get off the jam and not get jammed a lot. Or you can design him not to get jammed. That's what the Patriots did pretty good with Wes Welker. They made plays where you couldn't jam Wes Welker off the line, lining them up off the line of scrimmage, putting them in motion, bunching them up. So if they can do some of those things with Marvin Hall in that speed, and they can develop just a few of the routes he can polish off, and now those routes got to be a crossing route, maybe a deep end because that's an outbreaking route. Get them going in a screen game, whip route, maybe a stick and nod or something of that nature. But if they can get him kind of run the skinny post, the deep, a slant, a deep end. Obviously, he can run. Anybody can run the drag in the screen game. In the 9, that's all he needs is an out-breaking route. You know, maybe the whip and the out, and then the crossing route, the drag route. I mean, if he can run that skinny post in that 9 with the possession receivers they got and some of the other receivers they got, especially coming out the backfield, this dude can be deadly. But I pretty much see him being more of a slot guy. You know what I'm saying? I see him working the slot, and I think his speed is very, very critical to how the speed season gonna go. Amendola can get open, and he can make some catches in traffic, and you know, on possession downs, that's probably who you're looking for in the slot. But as far as on play action downs and, you know, those type of downs, you're probably looking at Marvin Hall. Because the play action, and you can worry about him getting deep. They're not thinking about Marvin Hall, especially coming into the season. You looking at the chain movers, Galladay, Jones, Amendola. You looking at Hockenson. You looking at Johnson or Swift or Bo coming out the backfield. You know, and even on those critical third downs, you probably could put him in the game over an Amendola too, or you could play them together if you go 4 wides. But I just don't see him replacing Marvin Jones on the outside, because you pretty much got to teach him how to get off jams. He got to kind of run more of a complete route tree. I think that slot position that Amendola running, I think the Lions are counting on him to take over that position eventually after Amendola get done this year. But this year should be his year. You know what I'm saying? His work on his route running, you know, and clean it up. The more routes he run out that slot, the better he gonna be. And that's the difference between him and Amendola. Amendola know how to find the soft spot in the zone. He know how to run the in-breaking routes, the out-breaking routes. But the thing about Amendola is he's a possession receiver. At this point in Marvin Jones' career, he's a possession receiver. Galladay kind of could do it all. Hockenson, you know, he ain't as fast as tight end out there, but he more of a possession pass catcher. You need somebody that's going to take the top off the defense, excuse me. You need your Deshaun Jackson. You need one of those dudes who can get deep and you can respect what he's doing. Hollywood Brown. Those are the explosive plays that Stafford need. Stafford need 2 things this season. He need a reliable run game where he ain't got to drop back 30, 40, 50 times. And he need a guy that he can throw it deep to, or he can take something out of nothing and go to the house. And DeAndre Swift and Marvin Hall might be able to check those boxes off. Therefore, you don't have to worry about your red zone game being so critical if you got a lot of big splash plays. So that's exactly how I see it with Marvin, man. I know a lot of people have their opinions about Amendola, but Amendola, you know, he's just old and slow. You know what I'm saying? And you got enough possession receivers. We need somebody that can get deep and take it to church. And I think if Marvin Hall keep working hard, working on his route running, and he can expand his route running, and they can expand his opportunities, they need to do it. He should be the first dude coming off the bench to play the slot, because he bringing something to the table that nobody else is. The Lions are just a team that lacks overall team speed at skills positions. At the DB position, they're pretty cool there, but in the linebacker and the front 7 overall on defense, they lack speed. Offensively, other than Swift and Hall, they lack speed, and this is where the NFL is going. If you look at Kansas City, it's nothing but speed all over the field. You know, this is why New England started to phase out. They didn't keep up offensively, and defensively, they lack team speed. It's no surprise that Matt Patricia likes slow players. They trying to build it like New England. New England got a lot of athletes in the secondary for the most part, but if you look in their front 7, they slow just like the Lions. The difference is they don't have Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick got exposed by speedy and nifty and mobile quarterbacks last year. You know, you go back and look at their offense. Who they're going to take the top off the defense? They counted on Josh Gordon, couldn't get his life together. Philip Dorsett, he never been nothing in the league. No offense to him, but it's true. So you don't have no offensive threat, and they could run the ball, but then again, when they didn't have no threat on the outside, people just start playing them close, and you know, you just bracket or you just, you know, bang Julian Edelman up a little bit, the offense was gone. You didn't fear James White or Sonny Michel or Burkhead like that. And they got shut down towards the end of the season when they started playing top opposition. The Lions are built the same way as the Patriots are built, just without Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And those are the 2 main ingredients. That's like you making macaroni and cheese without mac and without the cheese. You feel what I'm saying? So the Lions got to build it their own specific way, but they lack team speed, and Marvin Hall is a guy that can upgrade them in that department. But everybody going to have their opinion. Let me know what you think about the video. But if he do snatch somebody's spot, it's more likely going to be Danny Amendola working out the slot. And Amendola probably give him more of a reason to do so because he's constantly injured. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business, question, card, response to your video quest. Twitter is the fastest way. Want to make a donation, Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate is to share the video for your boy. But let me know what you guys think about the video. Marvin Hall putting in that work. One time for the one time. Motor City Sports Talk. We gone.